you're struggling, this video found you for a reason. Introduction. Life isn't perfect, and sometimes we don't feel the desire of living in this life. I don't know. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're going through or recovering from a life altering event, struggling with addictions, depression, loneliness, or feeling like you're just drifting through this energy depleting experience, we've familiarized, I I just want you to know that it's going to be okay. Your thoughts and feelings don't define who you are as a person. Everyone who you know has been or will go through a difficult season of life. What I want to express is that you are not as alone as you truly think you are. Everyone everyone's different. We uniquely hurt and laugh, and but I find that loneliness is a real burden that many of you watching and myself personally experience on a daily basis. Loneliness is that feeling of being surrounded by people and still feeling like nobody truly sees you. It is laughing in a room full of friends, then being clouded by emptiness that always comes back. It is wanting to explain what you feel, but not knowing how to say it without sounding dramatic, weak, or like a burden. But this heaviness and burden that has stole your joy and your happiness in life doesn't define who you are. Your struggles that you face aren't your fault, nor the fact of your actions, as it's a part of life, a part of existence. Struggles are normal, but that isn't to be feared, but to be rather embraced. You, you are more than your struggle. An open wound can be patched up and healed over time. You, dear friend, if you haven't heard it today, if you haven't heard it yet today, you are special. You are special and deserve love and respect. So please do yourself a favor and give yourself a pat on the back, a pat on the shoulder, a friendly gesture of gratitude and appreciation for being uniquely yourself. Number one, your life matters. Your existence is beautiful. I've talked about this in my previous video, but for those who haven't seen it, I believe it's fitting and would bring much value. You are an irreproducible spark to society. Throughout history, scientists have always discussed and studied how genes have evolved and adapted in the way that makes species unique and distinct. When researching and writing this script, I genuinely was curious about the science centered around genetics. Basic middle school biology moment. By researching for this video, I found a really interesting point. That is a new human life brought into existence, one that has never existed before in history, and once deceased will never exist again. This discovery is common knowledge, but put into retrospective view is kind of a heavy hitter. You, viewer, genuinely, despite situation, age, beliefs, or biological background, have one singular life. You have one life. Number two, it's okay to feel broken. Right now, you might not see any value for yourself. Maybe you've been detached from the world, isolated within the battlefield of your thoughts. Maybe you're considering that you no longer feel like living in this meaningless suffering. I wanted to mention this. Have you ever heard of this? I wanted to mention this. Have you ever heard of the Japanese tradition For my Japanese friends, I'm sorry for butchering the pronunciation. The Google definition of, yes, that word, also known as kintsugi, is the centuries-old Japanese art of repairing broken pottery by mending the cracks with liquor distilled or mixed with powdered gold, silver, or platinum. This practice symbolizes itself as a suggestion that our emotional wounds, scars, and life traumas do not as a whole make us useless or ugly. Instead, by acknowledging and embracing our broken pieces and healing them with care, over time we can emerge as stronger, wiser, and more beautiful individuals. Number 3, embracing the imperfections of life. Although caring for yourself is important, don't get me wrong, the world itself isn't perfect. That's freeing because that means there's no reason for you to chase perfection. So I don't know about becoming the greatest version of yourself or perfecting your own life by tomorrow or the weekend. I just want to encourage you to take that step. Take the time for a second to take a deep breath and exhale through your lungs because it's going to be all right. You will get through this struggle, but it takes time. And sometimes doing the simplest of things will work out best for your health. If you don't feel like cooking, go treat yourself to a nice meal. If you feel tired, consider to yourself maybe to stop doom scrolling and get an extra hour of sleep. Are you feeling depressed and want to eat nothing other than sweets and snacks? Maybe have at it for a little and treat yourself to a little sweets. But of course, just be mindful about your consumption, of course. Number 4, seeking help from others. This is the part where you're not gonna want to hear. Going through your struggles alone hurt. And society's proven ability to amplify this epidemic of isolating or suffering, struggles, and hurting alone, separately, behind walls, doesn't add any additional help. I know speaking out about these things that are bothering you isn't easy by any means. It's genuinely the hardest part. The fear of people not caring, acknowledging, or listening is scary. But friend, you do not have to explain everything perfectly. You can talk to a trusted friend, family member, teacher, counselor, therapist, or doctor. And if you feel comfortable, go ahead and write something in the comment section. And maybe connection can build within this community. But remember that the right, truest people will not judge you for struggling. They will instead lend a helping hand and help you feel less alone and help you together the next step forward for your life. Bonus quote that I wanted to insert, a quote that I really love to mention here is that mental health struggles in general can make you want to isolate yourself, but isolation often makes the pain feel heavier. Letting someone in does not mean you are a burden. It means you are human and you deserve support. Number 5, this is the most important part of the video. This is the summary. This is the summary and the secret sauce is your life matters. Every person is unique, valuable, and brings something irreplaceable to this world. No one else has the exact same life, experiences, or identity as you. Number 2, it is okay to feel broken. Using the Japanese art of kintsugi as a metaphor, we explain that wounds and scars do not make someone like you worthless. Like broken pottery repaired with gold, you, viewer, can heal and become stronger through care, patience, and support. Number 3, Your life does not have to be perfect. Since life itself is imperfect, people do not need to pressure themselves to fix everything immediately. Small actions of self care, resting, eating, breathing, or simply getting through the day, meaningful steps forward for your life. Number 4, seeking help is important. Struggling alone can make emotional pain heavier. Reaching out to a trusted individual is not weakness. It is a courageous step toward healing and finding connection. Please consider subscribing if you enjoyed the content and want to see more. Please let me know what you'd like to see a video on. Have a blessed week, and remember, keep going and know that you are loved.